Later tonight, a November snowfall is forecast. Calm outside, and of course a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action. Now Rodgers. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
First down, here's the run with Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Hurts to throw. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Cook. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams would throw from there, but that's a nice job to troop a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. We'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Packers take over first down 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Norton. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On play action, Rodgers. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 26 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down in distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this one is incomplete. The Vikings had 1-7 now in the year. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning. But unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well, because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That ball caught by Campbell. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards there, a first down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the deep.
Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, he scored on the ground and through the air. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Seibert on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Here from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Looking for a slot man, and he's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Norton. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
On 2nd and 1, Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Rodgers now on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Kenewagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Here we go. Trap 50, trap 50.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They run the counter with Cook. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Burt sets up to throw it. Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Throwing is Hurts. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Packers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, Rodgers flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards, first down Packers.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Norton. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
First down, Rodgers. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll get 34 yards there.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Second down and goal. Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Packers. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14.
17. Vikings 14.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 3rd and 3.
Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
But first down, Hurts. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 17, Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
But Charles, he was right on the doorstep, just a second away from taking it to the house, and it's the punter who comes in to save the touchdown.
And you got to give him credit, because a lot of people think that the punters and the kickers never put their bodies on the line. These guys don't want to see their handiwork come undone by a big return against them. Give him a lot of credit coming over and making the play.
He'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Cook up the gut. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes.
So good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Hurts to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points, because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's head coach saying, hey, kick it. Field goal time.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Rodgers now on first down. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. He finds his man, complete. It's Norton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to Doubs. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DJ Watt got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Now receiver in motion left. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
The situation changes a bit now. 1st and goal from back at the 10. Rodgers tapping his forward on the jet sweep. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and goal. Rodgers. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Nwangu now from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. He's at the 30. 10, 5, And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. They had just relinquished the lead on the field goal. Ensuing kickoff, they get that lead right back.
So does this come under the heading of you can't keep a good team down?
There you go. That works.
I mean,
eye for an eye.
I'm with you on that one. Just to be able to break back immediately. Not down at all. No heads down after giving up the lead. And coming right back at them. And a special team score, that's like gold in a coach's manual.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired, and if nothing, giving up 3, they don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. 25 yards that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Maurice Hurst gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Green Bay.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. 2nd and 2. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Got Dobbs over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Rodgers to throw once more. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the 4th. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
A run there with Cook on first down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Cook. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
This was, and the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And many real estate people tell us all the time, it's location, location, location. So being at home, that could be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead, that home field advantage. I get fuel all what happened for them stretch, a huge win.
So for Minnesota, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to fourth.